We begin tonight with breaking news in Washington, where a fire has been burning for hours at a popular business, visible to folks all around the area, including from the air. Take a look now at 25 News drone footage. We've been watching this smoke billowing from the sky all afternoon. It is still a problem now for firefighters, also visible and catching the attention of IDOT cameras around today. Good Friday evening. I'm Tyler Lopez. My co-anchor, Caitlin Canute, is live at Uftring Chevrolet now in Washington. She joins us from the scene with more on tonight's story. And Caitlin, tough to see so much damage to a well-known local business.
Well, it really is. I mean, this is right here on this main street running through Washington. So many people familiar with this building. And now look behind me. This is what's left of it. And it's not even over yet. Again, as you mentioned, this has been going on for hours. It started about noon today. They believe the fire started in the service area. Now, that's not an official statement from fire officials, but we did learn that from one of the employees here at Uftring who says he was in the building at the time. They believe it started in the service center. Again, you can see some of that damage on the side to the front of the building, to the side of the building. So it happened around noon. They evacuated employees. We do want to stress no one has been hurt, at least to our knowledge. The company did say that they got everyone out okay, safe and sound, both employees and those customers who were here. Take a look at some of the video that we shot earlier, though, today. Again, this just tells you that what you're seeing now is what we were seeing at noon. That gives you the scope of this fire itself, how difficult it has been for crews to put it out. Mayor Gary Manier told me earlier here on the scene that there are some fires on this, or there are tires rather, on the second story of this building, and that's adding fuel to those flames, continuing to burn. So again, they've had departments from all over the area assisting with this, trying to put this out. It's tough for this community, especially after they've been so much, but the mayor is optimistic that as a close-knit community, they will get through this.
I think we learned a lot because of the tornado in 2013 of communities, how they come together and how we protect each other. And this is just an unusual circumstance, you know, when we have to start hauling water in because we poured water so long. We're getting the water towers getting low, and so we're just bringing water. And I understand they just asked for 15 more trucks.
Yeah, so what the mayor is referring to there, again, the fact that they've had at least 15 plus other departments from the area coming in, bringing water they're using to fight those flames, then they're going back out to get more. It's really been an ongoing issue, an ongoing problem. As for Uftring, they did release a statement earlier today that we wanted to share with you, and you can see here, but basically just summing it up, they really wanted to thank the firefighters who have been here on the ground risking their lives in this bitter cold, fighting this fire. They also want to thank the public. They said they've gotten an incredible amount of support from people who have been reaching out to them, keeping in their prayers, offering support. But again, as you come back out here live, so they're still attacking the fire. They've got crews who are attacking it from above. They're bringing in water. We've had fire trucks coming and going all day long. They also have the Red Cross who's here on the scene, along with Salvation Army, handing out hot cocoa, hot coffee, sandwiches to firefighters. So this is indeed a community effort. But again, we don't know the official cause. We don't know the extent of damage. We don't know when they will even potentially get this under control. We're certainly hoping, for the firefighters' sake, that is sometime tonight, Tyler.
No doubt, Caitlin. Are you getting any sense whether or not cars were actually damaged? Any of the product or the key items they try to sell at that store were damaged as well in this fire?
Well, you know, it's an excellent question. I can't speak for the inventory that was in the showroom because that's at the front of the building, if you're familiar with it. And again, we think the majority of the damage is in the back. But you would imagine with all the smoke damage that certainly some were indeed damaged. However, we do know from Uftring officials, they said there were some vehicles that were in bays, that were in the service center. It's unclear what kind of damage they sustained. They wanted to let customers know that they will be reaching out to them, getting in touch with them as soon as they can. They're asking for patience because obviously they're dealing with so much. In fact, I understand that one of the owner's sons was here giving customers who are in the service center rides home, giving employees rides home. So I think they're just kind of scrambling to take care of this as best they can, Tyler.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Caitlin, for that live report. We're bringing you the latest tonight on this fire on 25 News at 10. Of course, we're going to keep you updated by way of our website, week.com as well. But as you can see from Caitlin's face there, extremely cold temperatures making it very difficult tonight for firefighters. Chuck?
No doubt about it. As we get into the nighttime hours here, Tyler, we're looking at the wind chill advisory we've had for the past several nights, still in effect tonight into tomorrow morning. That means we have wind chill factors, a possibility anywhere from 10 to maybe 25 below zero. Let's take a look at the warned area, or the advised area, I should say. Wind chill advisory until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for those dangerous wind chills. Good news, we have one more bitterly cold day and night, but then The second tier of this forecast has to do with some weekend precipitation. Right now, 4 in Peoria, 2 in the Twin Cities. We're below normal in Lincoln and Pontiac right now. And our wind chill factors, well, they're slipping below 0 as well. And in fact, we'll continue to bottom out those temperatures to about 10 below for the wake-up call in the morning. And we'll drop below 0 here this evening. So it's not good news for those firefighters and responders at the Washington Fire at Uftring. Otherwise, our wind chill factor is running anywhere from 10 below to 25 below. That brings us to the weekend, including Sunday. A wintry mix coming our way. I'll break it down, tell you what to expect on Sunday. But warmer temperatures as well. It's a mixed bag coming our way in a couple of minutes. Tyler.
All right, Chuck, developing today, a Chevy Avalanche hit a passenger car on Main Street in East Peoria, sending 2 people to the hospital. You may have noticed this, snarling traffic around noon right by the I-74 bridge. When the Chevy was heading southbound on Main Street, that's when the truck turned left onto I-74 and it hit the car. You can see the result there. The driver and the passenger in the car were not seriously hurt, but the driver of the Chevy was cited. Yesterday, we brought you the story on 2 Kroger stores set to close by the end of this month. Tonight, we break down exactly what this may mean for East Peoria residents, not just in the East Bluff neighborhood, but from city leaders, too. Here's our own Monica Murphy. Monica?
Tyler, what this means is that the food desert in the Peoria area is growing, and city leaders say they're concerned about the lack of high-quality options for residents. This USDA map from 2015 shows food deserts in the city of Peoria. The yellow you see indicates lower income areas where much of the population does not have access to a vehicle, and they live at least a half-mile away from the nearest grocery store.
It's easy to say, oh, they could go over here to get something. No, they can't. No, they can't. With
the Kroger on Harmon Highway and Wisconsin Avenue due to close at the end of January, the only shopping options available are Aldi on University Street and Haddad's in West Peoria. That's about 3 miles in distance.
Think about that. As big as that area is south of War Memorial, you only have 2 grocery stores.
If you don't have transportation, you might not eat that night. And that's as serious as this situation is.
Peoria 1st District Councilwoman Denise Moore calls these closings a health crisis. And if people can't get to nearby stores, they may go to corner stores
that are providing high-fat, high-calorie foods. The cost of items in those stores is larger.
But Councilwoman Moore says she won't back down. And after a meeting next week with the Limestone Township,
I will hold a meeting after that is done for the people in the community on the south side. I don't have to accept the outcome, though. The community is not going to stand for it.
And neither will Mayor Ardis and city officials, who will be meeting sometime next week, and they hope to at least delay the timetable for the closure so that the council has time to put a plan into place. We're going to update you when we have more information. Tyler?
Now for a 25 News exclusive. Northwoods Mall in Peoria has a new tenant in the old Macy's location. 25 News has learned exclusively that Chicago area furniture outlet The Room Place has been issued a permit to the upper floor of the former Macy's location in the mall. Northwoods Mall Marketing Director Bob Schertz confirmed that pre-construction work has already begun. The store is expected to open in late spring or early summer of this year after the location sat vacant for more than a year. Local businesses, including the Uftring Auto Group, were expected to attend a meeting today on America's new tax structure. Congressman Darren LaHood joined the East Peoria Chamber of Commerce for a business roundtable in the Clock Tower building today. He believes the tax plan will stimulate growth and jobs. East Peoria's mayor points to the nearby Levy District as an example of how important business growth can be.
Actually, that's trending up, has been trending up, and has been really a big part of our economy that has really kept us out of financial troubles for as long as we've been out. Now we're going to face some difficulties in the future, but because of the Levy District, we've been able to sustain many additional costs within the city.
The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act is also expected to allow businesses to write off the costs of new equipment and new loan interest. With the fate of the pair at stake, Peoria City Council members are expected to vote Tuesday on a refinancing package for local developer Gary Matthews. 25 News reporter Denise Jackson is here with the latest on that arrangement.
Tyler, Peoria City Manager Patrick Urick says an Arizona company, Yam Capital, has agreed to give Matthews a $38.5 million loan to refinance the Pear Marquette and Courtyard Marriott hotels downtown. Last year, the primary investor began foreclosure proceedings because Matthews has fallen behind on payments. His default includes $7 million owed to the city of Peoria and several other investors. It's a one-year loan that gives him time to get long-term financing or sell the hotel.
They have approved it. There are a number of things that need to be put in place before we could close, and there's agreements. We have some requirements that we would like to see built into making sure that there are consents and subordination agreements from other people that are creditors.
The refinancing plan also creates a special 4% service tax for the hotels, but time is running out. They're trying to wrap up closing before the foreclosure hearing on Thursday. The City Council is supposed to vote on the refinancing plan on Tuesday, and we reached out to developer Gary Matthews, but he has not returned our phone calls. Tyler?
Thanks, Denise. We are 5 days into the new year now and already have 5 overdose deaths in Peoria City and County. That's according to the coroner, Jamie Harwood, who says his office has responded to 5 total cases of suspected overdoses and says this is the highest number in 1 week since the uptick of overdoses last year. Toxicology results won't be available for another week or so. Coming up tomorrow on 25 News, we'll sit down with Jamie Harwood to hear what he has to say about this recent string of deaths. U.S. Senator Dick Durbin is pledging federal support now for fixing problematic water supplies at the Illinois Veterans Home in Quincy, where Legionnaire's disease has claimed 13 lives over the past 3 years. The Illinois Democrats suggest replacing plumbing, where federal health officials found the same Legionella bacteria that was responsible for the deaths 2 years ago.
I renewed the commitment, which we've made before, that Senator Duckworth and I are prepared to help the state of Illinois in any way possible to make the Quincy Veterans Home safer. This should be done quickly. It should be done on a bipartisan basis, and it will continue to be.
Outbreaks of Legionnaire's disease at the Quincy Veterans Home have taken the lives of 13 vets, as we said. The U.S. Government Accountability Office is conducting a review of Department of Veterans Affairs oversight of nursing home care across the country. Coming up next on 25 News, bitter cold temps are on the way, but we could see temperatures in the 40s soon. Chuck will tell us when in the weekend forecast, which is right after this break.
You're watching 25 News at 6 with Tyler Lopez, Caitlin Canute, Chief Meteorologist Chuck Collins, and Jim Matson Sports. 25 News is your home team.